Hey everyone, I'm back again for my third vlog of wrestling, and for this one I decided that since we're right around the corner from TLC, from the Toyota Center in Houston, I just thought, why not make a quick predictions video. I always see these on YouTube. I've never really done one before, but I'm basically just gonna run down the whole card for you and then give out my predictions. Um, Now, all of these are from 24wrestling.com, the matches, so if I'm missing anything, don't blame me, blame them. I only watch wrestling once a week, and that's Thursdays because of my work schedule, and it's usually superstars. So, it's not much, but at least I'm still watching wrestling, I guess. Like I said in one of my earlier videos, I used to watch it like every day, but now it's only down to one, which kind of sucks, but oh well, there's not too much I can really do about it. Although I have a DVD recorder, but I just don't really use it. But anyway, here's the matches that are on the card. Tables match, and I'm gonna get to this one later because I really love this match. It's a tables match: Lay Cool versus Natalya and Beth Phoenix. Chairs match: John Cena versus Wade Barrett. You got another chairs match with Rey Mysterio and Alberto Del Rio. A ladder match for a shot at the WWE title: King Sheamus versus John Morrison. The Intercontinental title will be defended in a ladder match as Dolph Ziggler takes on Kofi Kingston and Jack Swagger. The world title will be in a TLC match with Kane versus Edge, and the WWE title will be in a tables match with The Miz and Randy Orton. Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that one of those matches is now like a fatal 4-way TLC match, but I could be wrong. So let me just Google that real quick and double check, because that's what I thought at least. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. Hold on. This is gonna be a pain. Sorry about this. I should have been more prepared, I guess. But it's loading, hopefully soon. I'm going to Wikipedia as if it's more reliable. Let's see. Right here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, wasn't that main event switched? Yeah. Yeah, it was. Okay. So, here's the more updated card. You got Kane versus Edge versus Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio, The Miz versus Randy Orton, John Cena and Wade Barrett, Sheamus and John Morrison, and Lay Cool versus Natalya and Beth Phoenix, and lastly, Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston versus Jack Swagger. Now, keep in mind, I only watch wrestling once a week, so my predictions are probably going to be way off because I'm not really involved with the storyline. I don't really go to WWE.com too much. Although I do go there to look at their merchandise. I really love the Sheamus t-shirts and the Nexus shirts. I really am digging those. But anyway, I'll get to those later if I feel like it. Anyway, let's start with Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston versus Jack Swagger, a triple threat ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Now, I like all three men. I think that all three of them have very promising futures for the WWE. Of all those, I would really like to think that Kofi Kingston probably has the most potential. In my opinion, he's the best on the mic. His wrestling ability is amazing, and he can get electric with the crowd. But that said, that doesn't mean Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler can't either. They definitely can. But Kofi Kingston takes it to a new level. And when he spoke like he was from Jamaica, that just ruined him. And when they made him drop the accent, that was when it really propelled his career, in my opinion. And I think that he's going to have a very great future, and I think this pay-per-view is going to start it. So I'm going to say that he's going to come out with the Intercontinental Championship. Moving on to the card to Lay Cool versus Natalya and Beth Phoenix, Divas Tag Team Tables match. Now, this is kind of cool, because if you've been watching TNA, I can't remember who was involved. I believe it was Mickie James and Tara, two former WWE stars. They were in a cage match. I believe it was those two. And people were saying that this is WWE's response to the cage match that the knockouts put on. And if that's the case, there I would pick a tables match over a cage match, because with the tables match, it's more unpredictable, and that one move can quickly end it. To where cage matches can be long and drawn out, and I've never really been a fan of a cage match. Hell in a Cell, sure, but a cage, I can't get into it, because the object is to get out of the cage. Whereas with the tables match, all you gotta do is just drive your opponent through the table, and that could take forever. That could take 2 seconds. For me, I really love this match. I'm gonna have to give it to Lay Cool. And I've always been a huge fan of Michelle McCool and Beth Phoenix, and so it's really tough when they're on different sides. For me, it's always tough. But I think Lay Cool is gonna walk away with the Divas Championship, or it's not really like a Divas title. What am I talking about? Sheamus versus John Morrison, and in a ladder match, and the winner is the #1 contender for the WWE title. Now, Sheamus is king. John Morrison is still climbing up. Now, this match is going to be interesting for me, because I think that if you really want to propel Sheamus, you have him keep winning and winning and winning. King of the Ring should only be the start for him. And John Morrison, as much as I like his whole rock star appearance and the fans love him, I think Sheamus is going to get more of a push in this match, and I think Sheamus is going to come out the winner. I really do. I don't know, since it's a ladders match, I don't think that, like I said, I don't really keep up with WWE as much as I used to, but I'm assuming that he doesn't have to necessarily get a belt to win, or like a contract or anything like that. I'm assuming that you could actually pin. That said, I really do think that Sheamus will walk away as the winner. Sheamus is just a deadly, deadly individual with or without a ladder. So, John Cena versus Wade Barrett in a chairs match. This is going to be very easy for me, because I really do think that John Cena is going to win. I have a take on Cena. Maybe I'll save it for another video. I think that would be kind of a cool video. But basically, I'll just give you a little short take. I love what John Cena brings to the wrestling industry, in that his poise. He connects with the fans. He does a lot outside, on top of what he does in the ring, and he has a great time doing it. And what better way to give him more of a push, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. He has a lot of momentum going into this, and I think it's only just going to keep on going, basically. Wow, I look terrible. I just looked at the webcam. But anyway, yeah, John Cena has more to win, I guess. He's been on a roll, like I said. I don't think Wade Barrett's going to stop him anytime soon. I thought it was kind of bizarre how they rehired John Cena, but that's for a different time, I guess. I mean, I don't really like John Cena as a wrestler. To me, he in my opinion, and I've always felt this way before it was made up by the typical wrestling mark, is that I feel that John Cena just never could wrestle. Even when he was back with his rapping gimmick, I never really liked Cena. I could never really get into him. His rapping gimmick was a lot better than him now, and I mean a lot better, but it just didn't really give anything if your wrestling ability's just not there. In my opinion, he never really was a great wrestler. He was an average wrestler at best, but I'll get into that later. Kane versus Edge versus Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship in a TLC match. Now, Rey Mysterio and Alberto Del Rio, I love their feud so much, because you have a rising Mexican star versus one of the past and the present, Rey Mysterio, and I think that when you get these two together, they're gonna be right at each other's throats, and it's gonna be the greatest thing I think I've ever seen. As for Kane and Edge, it's the same thing. I did see when Edge went ballistic with the whole laptop on Raw. I thought that was hilarious, actually. It would be so much of a shock if Alberto Del Rio won, and you know what? I'm gonna put my money on Alberto Del Rio. I think there's going to be a change. And I'm not saying that just to be the only guy cheering for him or anything like that, but I really do think Alberto Del Rio has a very fair shot at winning. It'd be such a huge curveball, and it'll keep people tuned in. And if WWE wants to really toss that curveball and keep people guessing, put on Alberto Del Rio. Even if he has it for a week, it doesn't matter. The point is that they're doing something different, and that's what they need to do. Finally, The Miz and Randy Orton for the WWE Championship in a tables match. I'm from Cleveland, so is The Miz. And when Miz won, me and my brother got this idea to where like they had that LeBron poster that said "Witness," like in black and white with like LeBron's hand sticking out. We thought it would be kind of cool to like make like a Photoshop image of like the Miz doing that pose, and then at the top say like Mizness, so like the time with Witness. But anyway, as much as I'm a huge Miz guy ever since he won the title, I am not going to be rooting for the Miz because I think his reign's over. I think he is now a main eventer. It took him a while, but he's there, and that's all that matters. I think Randy Orton's going to walk away champion, and I think they're going to have a very, very, very long feud, in my opinion, and it's going to be one that's worth watching. Even if you get a number one contender with, what match was it? Sheamus and John Morrison, I still think that if you pit Sheamus against The Miz, it's a heel on heel, it won't work. But if you pin Sheamus versus Randy Orton, it's been done before, sure, but these two have such great chemistry in the ring. Okay, now that you've heard my predictions, here's my little quick rant about John Cena. That I feel that he's a mainstream name for the WWE, and that he brings something very different to the table, and that he's not relying on his wrestling. Because his wrestling, in my opinion, really is subpar. And it's not because he does the same 5 moves as what people want to say. When I saw him at ECW One Night Stand 2006, and I've always been a huge ECW guy, even since the original days, I think that he might not have earned everyone's respect, but he earned some people's respect, because he did do different moves. I remember I saw him do a diving leg drop. When was the last time you saw him do one ever since One Night Stand 2006? Never. And I think when you go into someone's house as hostile as ECWs, and some people don't really boo for you at the end of the night, that's good enough. You know, I mean, they're the most, they will test you. And I think Cena rose to it, and I commend him for that. But what I'm not a fan of is just the way he wrestles. It's boring, it's bland, and he needs to switch it up is what he really does need to do. It's not that he's doing the same moves, he's doing different ones, but they all fall in the same category. And that I don't want to compare him to Brock Lesnar or Goldberg, because he's definitely not that bad. But, I mean, you do the same moves like Cena does, well, you know, it gets there, and it gets there pretty fast. So I don't know. I hope Cena can turn around. I think he will, but it's really only a matter of time. So we'll see what he does, and we'll see how TLC tables, ladders, and chairs go. And maybe my next video will be like a TLC review video of like my predictions and everything. But we'll see what I really want to do. So it's all up to me, not to you. So if you ever have wrestling questions, be sure to send them to me, message me, whatever. And from time to time, I'll answer them if I feel like it. So I will talk to you guys later, and I will see you next time.